Everybody, if you saw yesterday's vlog and I was really flustered in the end of the vlog, there is a reason. I have a story time for you guys. I literally just got home. Let me just check what time it is. I'm like dripping, I'm panting, my heart is racing. Really, this story time, you guys, no joke. And maybe you guys will think I'm overreacting. I always say that. But like, possibly, you'll think I'm overreacting for like what happened. I haven't even showered since I saw this guy. I just got home. I usually immediately after a hookup, I shower. My lips look a little weird today or something. I was just recently at the dermatologist. Whatever, okay, I just need to tell you guys what happened. I go on Grindr. I'm like, okay, I'll go on Grindr. It'll be easy. It'll be fine. I'll go have a hookup. All of a sudden, I started getting message, like just straight after another, like 8 or 9 in a row. And I'm like, wow, Grindr is like really going off tonight. And I go into my messages and it's one guy. And he said, hi, how are you? Or whatever. I don't even remember what he said. And then he just sent images. I looked at the images and I was like, okay, this guy's, he's much older than I go for electively usually. He was dad age. Okay, just keep that in mind. Anyway, but I was like, this guy's like attractive. And I've been into older guys recently. I've been so into older guys recently. We start chatting, we really hit it off. More than just like, oh, you want to screw? Where are you? We really hit it off. And he's like, you know what, why don't you come meet me? I'm coming home from work. Come meet me. And I can walk you to my apartment and we can, you know, have some fun or whatever. We discussed sex a little bit. So I was like, that sounds interesting. That sounds fun. So I met this guy on Broadway. It's pretty late actually when I met him, and it's surprising he was getting off of work that time. I have no idea what this guy does for work. I don't know anything about him. I don't remember like anything about him except for his name. I meet him on the street, we're walking, it's really hot, he's in a suit, we're just talking, and I'm like, where do you live? Like, how far are we gonna be walking? And he's like, oh, you know, I hope you don't mind, it's like a 15-20 minute walk. And I'm like, you know, okay, whatever, 20-minute walk, that's fine, through New York City at night. I walk in New York City at night all the time. I'm like, fine. Okay, so we're walking. Finally, we get to his apartment building, go up to his apartment. His apartment looked okay. It wasn't nice. It wasn't a grand apartment. It was an apartment, but it was dark. It's nighttime, it's dark, and he didn't turn on a light. When we walked in, he didn't slap the light switch and say, hey, get yourself a glass of water, make yourself at home. We walked in and it was dark. Couldn't see anything really. I can make out the outline of a sofa, whatever. He kicks off his shoes, he throws down his stuff, he's like, okay, let's go to the bedroom, we can chat. I feel like we really got all of our talking out of the way when we were walking to his apartment. Just basic small stuff like, what do you do? Like, how are you? Blah, blah, blah. Who cares? I literally don't remember a single thing about him. I don't remember what he said. So I guess when he walked in the door, his like horniness took over because he was like, okay, I don't care. Let's go straight to the bedroom. Literally, as I said, didn't turn on a single light. So I'm like, okay, where's the bedroom? He's like, let's go to the bedroom. He disappears into like the other area of this house. And I'm like, where's the bedroom? Where's the light? I don't freaking see anything. I don't know your house's layout. Where the fuck's the bedroom? Like, I don't know where I'm going. So I'm like bumping into stuff. I'm like looking around. I hear his voice. There's a dim light in his bedroom, and the light was not from a lamp. It was not from a computer screen. It was not from anything like a normal light source. It was from one of those stupid, tacky picture frames that you plug your memory card into, or your drive, your thumb drive, and it like plays your pictures. You guys know what I'm talking about. Those stupid electric picture frames. It's like super cheap. They're so stupid. Anyway, the thing was so freaking bright. It was the only light in the room. Literally cast this like blue light on the room. So I'm like, okay, this is some old gay guy who's like has some free time and wants to have sex. He's into he's into younger guys. So like whatever. So things start to heat up. We're sitting on the edge of his bed. I initiate. He's really aggressive, but sometimes I'm into that. So I was like, okay, this is going well. Then, and I'm sorry this is so TMI, but we were in a position in which he was face down and I was behind him, okay? And it's really ironic that a dog is barking right now because that's the name of the style, the position we were in. So his face is like in the pillow and he's being really loud and really obnoxious, like porn star obnoxious. Like, I'm not going to imitate him, but you know what sex noises sound like. And I'm like, honey, calm down. I hope it's not that good. Like, you don't need to grunt and groan. And like, he's like holding the pillow, making all these noises. And I'm like, okay, let's relax. Anyway, maybe I wasn't like feeling it 100% in the moment. So I'm just looking at this picture frame, this electric picture frame that's playing pictures. It's like the stupidest pictures. It's like, do you plan what you put on your electric picture frame? If you're gonna buy an electric picture frame, plan what you're gonna put on there. Like, make a specific memory card that says electric picture frame, because these pictures were stupid. It was like a picture of a corner of a house, and then it showed the picture of like the roof of a bathroom. And I was looking at all these pictures, and I'm like, what is this? And then a picture came up of this guy and his family, a wife and 3 kids. And I was literally like, oh my God, this guy has a family and I'm having sex with him. But I didn't think to myself, I didn't say like, okay, he's cheating on his wife, because how do I know? Maybe they're divorced. You know how many men I know that are like older and have had wives and kids and found out later in life they're gay and they get divorced, or they knew all their life they were gay but they were hiding it, or I don't know. Everybody comes out at a different time, and some people like don't want to accept that they're gay. There's whatever. So I know a lot of guys that like divorce their wife and then have kids. So I'm like, okay, maybe this guy just has a picture of his family with his kids. Like, who cares? He's probably divorced. Because the house was dark. It's not like I walked in and saw kids' toys and like women's stuff that would indicate he still had a family. So I didn't even think about it. I'm just like, okay, whatever. Then, and this moment, I will tell you guys, I have been afraid. I have been freaked out. But this moment literally made, oh, I swear my heart almost stopped. I hear the door in the other room unlatch. I hear someone come in, and I couldn't make out what they said because the bedroom door was closed. But it sounded like, it was like, or you know when someone's like in the other room, it's like muffled voices. So I had no idea, but it was a woman's voice. Unmistakably a woman's voice. Oh my God. This is this guy's freaking wife. Who doesn't plan? Okay, I'll get into that in a second. But if you're gonna cheat, you better plan. This guy froze. I could feel it. And I will tell you, again, sorry this is so TMI, but he clenched. He clenched up real tight. He freaked out. He was like frozen. I was frozen. Literally, I just poured sweat. In that moment, I don't know if you guys have ever experienced a moment like this where you're in fear, you have to stay quiet, or you see someone that you really don't want to see. There's like that moment where like the earth slows, time slows, and you just pour sweat. And all I could hear was my heartbeat. Literally. And then I heard kids. And that's when I was like, holy shit, I'm going to be caught in freaking bed with this guy by his wife and kids. And these kids did not sound like adult. Like they weren't like teenagers or adults. These were toddlers. The picture was of him, his wife, and 3 toddlers. And I'm like, oh my God. Or I guess they can't all be toddlers unless she had triplets. I have no clue. I didn't ask how old his kids were. But they couldn't have been over 10 from the picture. I don't know. I got up off the bed. I just engaged with the guy. It's like, okay, I'm gonna get dressed. And I just said to myself, look, I don't know where his wife is. Maybe she went to the bathroom. Maybe she went to the kitchen. Maybe she's helping the kids. I don't know. But I said to myself, if I'm gonna get caught with this guy, I'm gonna get caught with this guy. Like, there's nothing I can do. What am I gonna jump out the window? like that was my only option. Was either I jump out the window or I get caught. Like, there's nothing I can do. Like, I accepted it. And I think he accepted it. Because he was just laying there. He was just laying there. Still, head in the pillow, ass in the freaking air. And I'm like, okay, if you're gonna get caught, please don't get caught like that. Like, it's worse. It's like one thing to get caught with me on top of you. It's another thing to get caught with you just with your ass in the air. So I'm getting dressed. I'm like, it's not my problem. I'm gonna get caught, put my clothes on. And he said to me, wait. He's like, wait. I'll get up. We'll leave together. So I was like, okay. He got dressed too, and I'm like, where is this wife? Where is she? The house isn't that big. So she's like, I don't know, is she just sitting in the other room, just waiting? The first thing I do when I get home is go to my bedroom. So I'm like, okay, this wife is nowhere to be found. So he gets dressed, I'm waiting by the door, my heart is pounding, I'm starting to feel freaking nauseous from this anxiety, like just stress. We walk out of his bedroom together, we're walking down, all the lights are off except for the light in the living room. And that's when his wife decides to go to the bedroom. So she passes us, she's like, oh, who are you? And I was like, I've never, ever been lost for words in my entire life but that moment. And I'm thinking, okay, make up a lie. But then I just said, don't say anything. And as I'm thinking this, he introduces me. He's like, oh, he's a friend. And I'm just like, and she's like, okay. And she just kept walking. It was literally surreal. I'm like, what? What do you mean, okay? If you get home and your husband's like with some random 21-year-old, you don't go, okay, just a friend in the dark. You go, both are like dripping sweat. That's normal. So we go to the living room, me and this guy. His kids are on the freaking sofa. I didn't look at them. I didn't even like make eye contact with them. He ignored me. I think he just didn't even want to think about me at that point. He just pretended I wasn't even there. I went straight to the front door and I walked out. It was bizarre. And I don't know, maybe they have like an arrangement where he can sleep with guys. I don't know how that's, it's a thing. Polygamy, not polygamy, polyamory, where you like have an open relationship. I don't know. His wife looked freaking pissed. She wasn't like, oh, okay, okay. She was like, okay. She looked over it. I don't know. They didn't seem like a family that would be have an open relationship. The other thing is, and this is the biggest question, who doesn't plan this? If you're gonna have sex with another person outside of your marriage or your relationship or whatever, you plan it. He should have called his wife or known his wife when his wife was gonna come home. Like, also, what's his wife doing out with their kids late at night? Like, who takes their kids out late at night? Like, they're not teenagers. Why do you have your toddlers out late at night? But he didn't plan this. Obviously, he didn't plan on his wife walking in. Like, I don't know. I think he should have planned that better. Saved us both the trouble, because that was not sexy at all. It went well until his wife walked in. Like, ew. That was the worst hookup I've ever had, and the scariest. And I just freaked out, because I didn't know if his wife was going to punch me in the face. I didn't know if his wife was going to come in and be like, oh my god, oh my, and like throw a vase at my face, or like, I don't know what. She took it really well. I don't know what happened after. She didn't seem thrilled. Obviously, as I said, she was really, really, really stern. She's like, okay. And I felt like her eyes were gonna burn through me. But you see all those crazy soap operas. This should be a freaking soap opera. But you see all those soap operas and TV shows where someone's caught cheating and the person like throws a vase or punches or gets like crazy. Like, what could she have possibly thought? Oh, my husband just has a 21-year-old friend and they went to the back room in the dark and sweat together. Totally normal. Like, I knew she knew. Like, I knew that she knew. Okay, I looked ridiculous when I got up. I was like sweating. We were both unkempt. He looked, I don't even know, like his clothes were wrinkly. But I kind of started to feel guilt on the way home. I felt really guilty. I don't know, it was a kid, it tripped me up. But it's not like I singled this guy out because he had a family. It's not like I found him on Facebook with a picture of his family and said, I want to go in there and ruin a family. No, he messaged me on Grindr. He never said, hey, I have a wife and kids. There was no way for me to know that until I saw the picture frame, and I just assumed it wasn't current. I don't know. I'm like really weirded out, and I just like I'm exhausted because my heart was racing and I need to take a shower. I'm like, gross. Anyway. That tops the list as one of my worst hookups ever. When you have hookups on Grindr, you encounter some weird things, and I've been really lucky. I've never had any dangerous hookups, but this, I think this was like an actual risk for me to get hurt because I didn't know what his wife was going to do. But I think probably because her kids were there, like, what is she going to do? Like, beat me up in front of her kids? I don't know. I never gave this guy my number. All he knows is my first name, and he knows I work online. Like, he doesn't really know that much about me. Oh well. It's their problem to deal with now. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you like this video, let me know by giving it a like, and I'll be right back here tomorrow. Bye-bye.